fading light returns. I've been walking through the valley where the sun forgot to shine, lost inside the long night, couldn't find a single sign. Demons pulled me under, said I'd never see the day, but something deep inside me wouldn't let me fade away. When the darkness feels eternal and hope is wearing thin, the quiet voice keeps whispering, you're not done, you can begin. Fading light returns, even when I thought it died. Like a spark in the ashes, it won't be denied. Through the broken pieces, through the hurt I can't outrun, that fading light keeps coming back with every rising sun. Yeah, fading light returns. It always returns. I've carried heavy burdens that no one else could see, fought the war within my head that tried to bury me. Friends all turned to strangers, love slipped through my hands, but every time I hit the bottom, I somehow learned to stand. The road is long and lonely, the skies run deep and wide, but something in my spirit refuses to just hide. Fading light returns, even when I thought it died. Like a spark in the ashes, it won't be denied. Through the broken pieces, through the hurt I can't outrun, that fading light keeps coming back with every rising sun. Yeah, fading light returns. It always returns. And when the night feels never ending, and my strength is almost gone, I close my eyes and breathe again. The dawn is coming, it won't be long. Fading light returns. Watch it cut right through the black, bringing color to the gray, and strength to what was cracked. For every time I stumbled, for every time I fell apart, that light keeps finding me and mending up my heart. Yeah, fading light returns. My fading light returns. Fading light returns. I'm still here, it always returns. Rain on torn souls, rain keeps on falling on this old weathered porch, washing dirt from my boots, but it can't clean the torch. It burns inside my memory of everything I lost. Another storm is coming, don't know if I can pay the cost. Skies keep breaking open like the wounds I try to hide. Every drop reminds me I'm still barely alive. Rain on torn souls, washing over broken dreams, soaking through the cracks where the light no longer gleams. But something in the thunder tells me I was built for this, to stand out in the downpour with a quiet kind of grit. Yeah, rain on torn souls, still I stand. I've let it drown my sorrows, let it mix in with my tears, carried heavy secrets through these long and lonely years. The wind howls like the voices saying I won't make it through, but every time the rain stops I find a clearer view. Pain keeps pouring harder than the heavens ever could, yet my roots run deeper than this storm ever understood. Rain on torn souls, washing over broken dreams, soaking through the cracks where the light no longer gleams. But something in the thunder tells me I was built for this, to stand out in the downpour with a quiet kind of grit. Yeah, rain on torn souls, still I stand. Let it rain, let it pour. I've been torn before. Every drop that hits me only makes my soul grow more. Rain on torn souls, I won't let it pull me under, turning all this heartbreak into something like a wonder. For every time I crumbled, when the sky felt dark and cold, I rose a little stronger with a story to be told. Yeah, rain on torn souls, this rain on torn souls. Rain on torn souls. I'm still here, still standing. Haunted heart endures. Old ghosts in the hallway whisper names I used to know. They follow me at midnight wherever I may go. Memories like shadows that refuse to say goodbye keep me up to sunrise with tears I can't deny. The past won't let me go. It clings like morning dew, but something in this broken chest keeps beating steady through. Haunted heart endures, though the nights feel never-ending, carrying these heavy chains, while the pain keeps on pretending that it owns me completely, that I'll never break the curse. Still I wake up every morning, my haunted heart endures. I've buried love and friendships in the ground of yesterday, watched them turn to ashes as the guilt began to play. Demons in my bloodstream, regret wrapped round my throat, but I refuse to let them drag me down and take my hope. The weight is overwhelming, feels like drowning slow, yet every breath I'm taking says I'm not ready to let go. Haunted heart endures, though the nights feel never-ending, carrying these heavy chains, while the pain keeps on pretending that it owns me completely, that I'll never break the curse. Still I wake up every morning, my haunted heart These ghosts can scream my failures, they can rattle every bone, but they don't own tomorrow. This heart is still my own. I may be haunted, but I'm not defeated. Haunted heart endures, turning sorrow into armor, every scar a reminder that I'm stronger than the trauma. For every time I stumble, for every time I nearly fell, I rose a little wiser, rang a deeper, truer bell. Yeah, haunted heart endures, my haunted heart endures. Haunted heart endures, still beating, still fighting. Steel strings save me. Late at night when the silence gets too loud to bear, demons circle in my mind, pulling me toward despair. I reach for this old six string like a lifeline in the storm. Callous fingers find the frets, and the weight begins to transform. No words can heal the damage, no whiskey kills the ache, but these vibrating wires help me find the strength to stay. Steel strings save me when the world is closing in. Pull me from the darkness, let the healing music begin. Through the heartbreak and the battles raging in my head, these steel strings save me, keep me from the living dead. Yes, steel strings save me every single night. I lost count of the mornings I woke up barely alive. Thoughts like knives were cutting, trying to make me say goodbye. But I pick up this guitar and let the sorrow bleed away. Each chord a quiet prayer for another fighting day. The pain don't disappear, but it gets easier to hold when the music wraps around this tight and battered soul. Steel strings save me when the world is closing in. Pull me from the darkness, let the healing music begin. Through the heartbreak and the battles raging in my head, these steel strings save me, keep me from the living dead. Yes, steel strings save me every single night. No hero in this story, just a broken man who plays, turning all his shattered pieces into something that remains. These strings have never left me, even when the people did. Steel strings save me, they're the only truth I know, helping me keep standing when I got nowhere else to go. For every tear that fell and every time I wanted to quit, I found salvation in the notes and the fire they relit. Yeah, steel strings save me. Thank God these steel strings save me. Steel strings save me. They always save me. Midnight mind battles, clock strikes 2 and I'm still staring at the ceiling cracks. Thoughts are running in circles, ain't no turning back. Demons in my head got me pinned against the wall, whispering I'm worthless, saying I won't make it through it all. No one else can see this war that rages every night, just me and all my failures underneath the pale moonlight. Midnight mind battles, they try to take me down. fighting in the silence where no peace is ever found. Through the fear and the chaos, through the voices in my ear, I keep swinging at the darkness till the morning light appears. Yeah, midnight mind battles, but I'm still here. I replayed every mistake like a broken record player. Regret keeps me company like an old familiar stranger. Sweat on my forehead, heart pounding like a drum, wondering if tomorrow I'll still have the strength to come. The weight inside my chest feels heavier than stone, but something deep within me won't let me fight alone. Midnight mind battles, they try to take me down, fighting in the silence where no peace is ever found. Through the fear and the chaos, through the voices in my ear, I keep swinging at the darkness till the morning light appears. Yeah, midnight mind battles, but I'm still here. Teaching me to stand, even when I'm bleeding, I'm becoming a better man. One more breath, one more round. Midnight mind battles, I may never fully win, but every time I face them, I grow tougher from within. For every night I wanted to surrender and give in, I woke up one more morning with the will to fight again. Yeah, midnight mind battles, my midnight mind battles. Midnight mind battles, I'm still fighting, still rising. The road's longer every day. The road is rough and narrow, the load is heavy on my back. Still I put one foot in front of the other, no plan of turning back. Lost, but rising strong, even when I don't know how. Picking up these broken pieces, learning to stand somehow. Through the fog and the falling, through the nights that feel so long, I may be lost right now, but I'm rising strong. I don't need to see the whole path, just the next step in the dark. Every fall has taught me something, every wound has left its mark. I'm not who I was was yesterday. I'm becoming who I'll be. Lost, but rising strong. Watch me climb out of this grave, turning all my pain and sorrow into something I can save. For every time I stumble and every time I wanted to quit, there's a stronger man inside me that refuses to submit. Yeah, lost, but rising strong. I'm lost, but rising strong. Lost, but rising strong. Still rising, still rising. Pain fuels tomorrow. Every ache in my body is a lesson carved in stone. Every sleepless midnight leaves me standing here alone. I've been knocked down harder than a man should have to take, but the fire in the hurting keeps me wide awake. The hurt don't break me, it just bends me till I'm strong. Turns my darkest hours into fuel to carry on. Pain fuels tomorrow, lights the way when I can't see. Every scar's a stepping stone that's making me believe. Through the tears and the wreckage, through the nights that tried to end me, I'm using all this suffering to build the man you'll see. Yeah, pain fuels tomorrow. I buried dreams and loved ones in the cold ground of regret. Felt the weight of failure pressing down on my chest. But something in the breaking taught me how to bend and grow. Now the same pain that once killed me helps me steal the show. No more running from the fire, no more hiding from the flame. I let it burn right through me and I call it by its name. Pain fuels tomorrow, lights the way when I can't see. Every scar's a stepping stone that's making me believe. tomorrow. Let it hurt, let it burn. Every wound is teaching me how to finally learn. I'm not broken, I'm becoming. Pain fuels tomorrow. Watch me rise up from the ground, turning all my lowest lows into a victory sound. For every time I wanted to surrender and just quit, I found another reason in the fire that was lit. Yeah, pain fuels tomorrow. This pain fuels tomorrow. Pain fuels tomorrow. I'm still here, still rising. Echoes of survival. I hear them in the quiet, those voices from the past. Every time I almost broke, every time I thought I'd crash, they ring like distant thunder through these hollow bones of mine, reminding me I made it through the fire one more time. No crowd to cheer me on, no spotlight on my name, just the quiet sound of breathing after walking through the flame. Echoes of survival calling through the dark, whispering I'm still standing with this bruised and beaten heart. Through the nights that tried to end me, through the pain that cut so deep, these echoes keep me going when I'm too tired to speak. Echoes of survival, they won't let me fall. I've buried parts of myself in unmarked shallow graves, lost years to the bottle and the war inside my brain. But every time I hit the bottom and the light began to fade, I heard that distant echo saying, boy, you're not done yet, you're saved. The scars don't make me weaker, they're proof I'm still alive, a living testament that somehow I survived. Echoes of survival calling through the dark, whispering I'm still standing with this bruised and beaten heart. Through the nights that tried to end me, through the pain that cut so deep, these echoes keep me going when I'm too tired to speak. Echoes of survival, they won't let me fall. I don't need a hero's welcome or a medal on my chest, just the sound of my own heartbeat saying I survival, growing louder every day, turning all my broken chapters into something I can claim. For every time I wanted to surrender to the night, I found another reason in that heartfelt will to fight. Echoes of survival, these echoes of survival. Echoes of survival. I'm still here, still surviving. Dark roads lead home. Headlights cutting through the fog on a back road with no name. Every mile gets heavier, carrying guilt and shame. I've been driving through the darkness, running from my past, chasing ghosts in the rear view, wondering how long this'll last. The signs are all fading, the map is torn and old, but something deep inside says this broken path is gold. Dark roads lead home, even when they twist and bend, through the valleys of my failures and the hurt that won't end. Every shadow that surrounds me, every mile that breaks my bones, leads me back to who I am. Dark roads lead home. I've wrecked a few times on the shoulder, left pieces of my soul, fought the rain and thunder, trying to regain control. Lost the ones who rode beside me when the night got too damn black. Now I'm learning how to navigate with nothing but the map in my heart. The journey ain't been pretty, left me battered, bruised and scarred, but every wrong turn taught me who the hell I really am. Dark roads lead home, even when they twist and bend, through the valleys of my failures and the hurt that won't end. Every shadow that surrounds me, every mile that breaks my bones, leads me back to who I am. Dark roads lead I don't need street lights, I don't need a clear view, just a quiet voice that whispers, keep going, you'll get through. Dark roads lead home, I can feel it in my chest, turning all this wandering into something I can rest. For every time I almost gave up and just died along the way, I found another reason to keep driving through the gray. dark roads lead home. These dark roads lead home. Dark roads lead home. I'm still driving, still finding my way. Wounded soul rising, blood on my knuckles from fighting ghosts I can't outrun, limping through the wreckage of all that I've become. Every breath feels heavy, like gravel in my lungs, but I refuse to stay down where the broken belong. The wounds run deep and jagged, they cut straight to the bone. It's something in this damaged heart won't leave me here alone. Wounded soul rising, crawling up from the floor, turning all this bleeding into something worth fighting for. Through the hurt and the silence, through the nights I nearly died, this wounded soul keeps rising with a quiet, stubborn pride. Yeah, wounded soul rising, still I rise. Carried these old injuries like chains around my feet, lost count of how many times I tasted my own defeat. The mirror shows a stranger stitched together with regret, but behind the cracks and fractures there's a fire not dead yet. Pain tried to define me, tried to bury me alive, but every scar's a reminder that I'm still here to survive. Wounded soul rising, crawling up from the floor, turning all this bleeding into something worth fighting for. Through the hurt and the silence, through the nights I nearly died, this wounded soul keeps rising with a quiet, stubborn pride. Yeah, wounded soul rising, still I rise. I may never be unbroken, may never feel whole again, but broken things still stand tall when they learn how to bend. I'm rising, slowly rising, a wounded soul rising. Watch me shake off all the dust, turning every fallen failure into unbreakable trust. For every time I wanted to surrender to the dark, I found another reason beating steady in this heart. Yeah, wounded soul rising, this wounded soul is rising. rusty heartbeat song. This old heart's seen better days, covered up in rust and scars, been left out in the weather, broke down in too many bars, corroded by the regrets and the love that didn't last. But somehow in the quiet, it refuses to stop its cast. The gears are worn and creaking, the fire's burning low, still it keeps on pumping blood through this tired soul. Rusty heartbeat song, through the pain and through the storm, even when it's barely hanging, it keeps this body warm. Through the nights of silent screaming and the days I feel so gone, this rusty heart keeps beating, it just beats on. I've tried to oil the hinges with whiskey late at night, tried to patch the cracks with anything that felt right, but the damage runs too deep from the wars inside my mind. Yet every morning sunrise, it somehow stays aligned. It don't beat pretty, it don't beat strong and loud, but it beats with quiet stubbornness that makes this old man proud. A rusty heartbeat song, through the pain and through the storm, even when it's barely hanging, it keeps this body warm. Through the nights of silent screaming and the days I feel so gone, this rusty heart keeps beating, it just beats on. It may never shine like new, may never be real clean, but it's carried me through hellfire and everything in between. As long as it keeps going, there's still hope for me. A rusty heartbeat song, stronger than it looks tonight, turning all my broken pieces into something that still fights. For every time I thought the end had finally come for me, this rusty heart kept pumping out another chance to be. Yeah, a rusty heartbeat song, my rusty heartbeat song. Rusty heartbeat song, still beating, still beating. Tears build bridges. I've cried enough to feel a river running through my veins, every drop a silent witness to the hurt, the loss, the pain. Washed away the anger, drowned the pride I used to hold. Now I'm standing in the current, trying to find some solid ground. They said real men don't crumble, don't let the water fall. But every tear that hit the dirt taught me how to build it all. Tears build bridges over valleys I can't cross alone. Turn my broken places into pathways I can roam. Through the flood of my failures and the nights I couldn't cope, these tears keep on flowing, building bridges back to hope. Yeah, tears build bridges. I used to hide the waterworks like weakness in my chest. Now I let them fall like rain and lay my arm down to rest. Each sob's a timber, every breakdown lays another beam, connecting who I was back then to the man inside this dream. The pain don't disappear, but it changes shape and form, turns into something stronger when it's weathered through the storm. Tears build bridges over valleys I can't cross alone. Turn my broken places into pathways I can roam. Through the flood of my failures and the nights I couldn't cope, these tears keep on flowing, building bridges back to hope. Yeah, tears build bridges. It's the only way I've found to reach the other shore. Let it fall, let it flow. Tears build bridges. Watch me walk across the flood, from the man who drowned in darkness to the one who's found some good. For every time I shattered and every time I wanted to quit, these tears kept right on working, laying brick by brick. Yeah, tears build bridges. My tears build bridges. Still crying, still crossing, forgotten man stands. They pass me by like roadkill on a back country lane. Forgot my name, forgot my face, forgot the weight of all this pain. Once I had a place at the table, now I'm just a ghost in town. But I still feel my heartbeat echoing when the sun goes down. The world moved on without me, left me standing in the dust. But something in these weary bones refuses to give up. Forgotten man stands, even when nobody sees, carrying the silence and the weight of memories through the days that tried to bury me and the nights that felt so cold. This forgotten man keeps standing with a quiet, stubborn soul. Here forgotten man stands. I worked these calloused hands until they cracked and bled. Gave everything I had until there wasn't nothing left. Family pictures fading yellow on a dusty shelf. But I still wake up every morning and I face myself. No crowds will ever cheer me, no one's writing down my name. Still I rise up from the shadows like a low and steady flame. Forgotten man stands, even when nobody sees, carrying the silence and the weight of memories through the days that tried to bury me and the nights that felt so cold. This forgotten man keeps standing with a quiet, stubborn soul. Here forgotten man stands. I may be forgotten, but I'm not gone. Forgotten man stands, taller than I ever knew, turning all this loneliness into something strong and true. For every time they overlooked me, every time I felt erased, I found a deeper kind of courage in this quiet, hidden place. Here forgotten man stands. This forgotten man still stands. Forgotten man stands, still standing, still standing. This voice sounds like gravel under worn-out tires, rough and torn from years of whiskey, smoke and silent cries. Every note comes out broken, cracked and full of pain. But when I open up my throat, the healing starts again. It ain't pretty like a choir, don't sound smooth or refined, but this damaged sound is somehow saving what's left of my mind. Gravel voice healing, pouring out into the night, turning all my broken pieces into something that feels right. Through the hurt I can't outrun, and the demons in my chest, this gravel voice keeps healing me. It's the only way I rest. Yeah, gravel voice healing saves me every time. I used to hate the roughness, tried to hide it deep inside, ashamed of how it sounded after all the tears I cried. But every time I sing these scars and let the roughness show, the weight inside my soul gets lighter than it used to know. The world may call it ugly, but it feels like truth to me. This gravel tone's the only language that can set my spirit free. Gravel voice healing, pouring out into the night, turning all my broken pieces into something that feels right. Through the hurt I can't outrun, and the demons in my chest, this gravel voice keeps healing me. It's the only way I rest. Yeah, gravel voice healing saves me every time. I don't need a perfect sound, I just need to be heard. Let it crack, let it break, let it speak what I've endured. Gravel voice healing, rough but real and strong, singing through the darkness till the pain don't feel as long. For every time I almost lost the fight inside my head, this gravel voice reminded me I ain't broken yet, I'm not dead. Yeah, gravel voice healing, this gravel voice is healing me. Gravel voice healing, still singing, still healing, still rising. Storm inside quiet, I smile when they ask me how I'm doing today. Say I'm fine like it's easy, then I look away. Nobody sees the thunder rolling deep in my chest. A hurricane is raging while I'm doing my best. The calm on the outside is just a fragile disguise, while lightning cracks in silence behind these tired eyes. Storm inside quiet is tearing me apart. Winds of doubt and fear howling loud inside my heart. No one hears the chaos, no one feels the rain, but I keep holding steady through the invisible pain. Yeah, storm inside quiet, still I stand. I walk through crowded rooms like a ghost in plain sight, carrying this tempest that rages every night. Anxiety like thunder, depression like pouring rain, but I've learned how to weather it without showing the strain. The world sees a strong man who never seems to break. They don't know the war I'm fighting for. Every breath I take, storm inside quiet is tearing me apart. Winds of doubt and fear howling loud inside my heart. No one hears the chaos, no one feels the rain, but I keep holding steady through the invisible pain. Yeah, storm inside quiet, still I stand. Need the strength to face another quiet, stormy day. I may be quiet on the outside, but I'm fighting like a warrior within. Storm inside quiet, I'm learning how to ride the waves of all this madness with a quiet kind of pride. For every time it almost pulled me under and drowned me whole, I found a deeper anchor deep inside my soul. Yeah, storm inside quiet, this storm inside quiet. Storm inside quiet, still standing, still fighting, still quiet. And that memory won't let me die. I remember broken wings, remember flight. Watch me slowly start to rise, lifting from the ashes with these tired, weathered eyes. For every time I crash down and every time I wanted to quit, strength to spread them wide and take another hit. Yeah, broken wings remember flight. These broken wings remember flight. Broken wings remember flight. I'm still rising, still remembering. Long road redemption. I've been walking this old highway with nobody by my side. Boots worn thin for miles, I never thought I'd survive. Headlights long gone faded, just the moon to light my way, carrying the heavy load of all the mistakes I made. No map, no destination, just the sound of my own steps, learning how to live with all this weight upon my chest. Lonely road redemption, it's what I've come to find. Turning every wrong turn into something that's still mine. Through the silence and the sorrow, through the cold and empty nights, this lonely road is saving me, teaching me to fight. Yeah, lonely road redemption, leading me back home. I lost the ones who loved me somewhere back along the line. Chose the bottle and the darkness over what was truly mine. Now the gravel sings my story underneath these tired feet. Every mile gets me closer to the man I'm meant to be. The pain don't fade completely, but it changes as I go. From chains that used to bind me into seeds that I can grow. Lonely road redemption, that's what I've come to find. Turning every wrong turn into something that's still mine. Through the silence and the sorrow, through the cold and empty nights, this lonely road is saving me, teaching me to fight. Yeah, lonely road redemption, leading me back home. I don't need a crowd beside me, I don't need their sympathy, just this empty road to show me who I'm really meant to be. Redemption ain't in voices, it's in every step I take. Lonely road redemption, I can feel it in my soul. trading all my broken pieces for a peace I've never known. For every time I stumble and every time I wanted to quit, this lonely road kept pulling me toward the man who still exists. Yeah, lonely road, redemption, my lonely road, redemption. Lonely road, redemption. I'm still walking, still healing, still rising. Every chains break free. These chains been wrapped around me since I was just a boy, forged in guilt and failure, in the things I can't destroy. They rattle in the silence, they pull me to my knees, dragging through the darkness, stealing every breath from me. I've carried them for miles, felt their iron in my soul, but something deep inside me says it's time to let them go. Every chains break free, I can feel them start to bend, link by link they're cracking. This ain't how my story ends. Through the weight that tried to kill me, through the years I couldn't see, I'm rising up and shaking loose. Every chains break free. Addiction, shame, and sorrow wrapped tight around my chest. Voices in my head saying I don't deserve no rest. I've fallen more times than a man should ever fall, but every time I hit the ground I hear redemption call. The rust is in my blood, the locks are old and worn, but strength I never knew I had is finally being born. Heavy chains break free, I can feel them start to bend, link by link they're cracking. This ain't how my story ends. Through the weight that tried to kill me, through the years I couldn't see, I'm rising up and shaking loose. Every chains break free. I don't need to see the future, I just need to take this step. Feel the iron start to loosen, feel the freedom in my chest. They held me long enough, no more. Every chains break free. Watch me stand up tall and strong, turning all this heavy burden chains break free. Heavy chains break free. I'm finally free, still rising. Whiskey smoke resilience. Bottle on the table, cigarette smoke in the air, chasing down the demons that I can no longer bear. Neon lights are blurry through these bloodshot eyes of mine. Another night of running from the wreckage left behind. It burns going down, clouds my head just right, but in the morning light I see it's only borrowed time. Whiskey smoke resilience, that's how I make it through. Breathing fire and ashes just to face another day anew. Through the fog and the hurting, through the nights I can't explain, I'm still standing in the morning with this quiet, stubborn flame. Yeah, whiskey smoke resilience keeps me alive. I've drowned 1,000 sorrows in this amber-colored sea. Watch them rise like phantoms and come right back for me. Smoke curls round my fingers like the lies I used to tell, but underneath the numbness, something stronger starts to swell. The poison doesn't heal me, but it buys me one more night to find the will to keep on pushing through another fight. Whiskey smoke resilience, that's how I make it through. Breathing fire and ashes just to face another day anew. Through the fog and the hurting, through the nights I can't explain, I'm still standing in the morning with this quiet, stubborn flame. Yeah. Whiskey smoke resilience keeps me alive. One day I'll lay this bottle down, let the smoke all drift away, find the strength that's always lived inside these bones of clay. But until then, I keep holding on. Whiskey smoke resilience has carried me this far, from the bottom of the barrel to the faint light of a star. For every time I stumble and every time I wanted to quit, I found a deeper courage burning slow inside of it. Yeah, whiskey smoke resilience. This whiskey smoke resilience. Whiskey smoke resilience. I'm still here, still fighting, still rising. Faded photographs endure. I found them in the attic, tucked behind some dusty boards. Yellowed edges torn and cracked, like the life I can't afford. Faces from another time, smiling back at me. Ghost of who I used to be, and who I'll never be. They used to cut like razors, bring me straight down to my knees. Now they whisper something different when the quiet falls on me. Faded photographs endure, and everything else fades away, reminding me I made it through the dark and painful days. Though the colors have all vanished and the edges have gone gray, these faded photographs endure, and so do I today. There's my daddy's crooked smile before the bottle took its toll. Mama holding newborn me with hope still in her soul. Pictures of lost lovers and the friends who walked away. Every frame a battlefield where I learned how to stay. It just softens round the frame, turns into quiet wisdom wrapped inside an old man's name. Faded photographs endure when everything else fades away, reminding me the dark and painful days. Though the colors have all vanished and the edges have gone gray, these faded photographs endure, and so do I today. They just prove I've come this far, from a boy who nearly broke to the man who bears the scars. I'm still here, still breathing. Faded photographs endure. They taught me how to fight, how to carry heavy memories through the long and lonely night. For every tear that stayed there, Yet faded photographs endure, just like this heart of mine. Faded photographs endure, and so do I, still enduring, still rising. Bow down. They've been living in my head for as long as I recall, whispering I'm worthless, telling me to end it all. They wear the face of failure, they wear the face of shame, every night to drag me back into their twisted game. I fought them with my fists, I fought them on my knees, but tonight something's different. I feel a shift in me, and a demon's bow down. I'm done being your slave. I walked through hell and back, and I finally found my grave. Not the one for dying, the one where the old me dies. Now I rise up from the ashes, while you cower from my eyes. Yeah, and the demons bow down tonight. You fed on all my secrets, you grew strong on all my fears, drowned me in the bottle, held me under all these years. But I've seen what you really are, just voices in the wind, and I'm done letting you control this broken man within. The louder that you scream, the stronger I become. Your power's fading fast now that I found my own son, and a demon's bow down. I'm done being your slave. I walked through hell and back, and I finally found my grave. Not the one for dying, the one where the old me dies. Now I rise up from the ashes, while you cower from my eyes. Yeah, and the demons bow down tonight. I used to think you owned me, thought you'd never let me go, but strength was always in me. It just took me far too long to know. Now kneel, and the demons bow down. I can feel your grip release. I'm taking back my story. I'm finally finding peace, for every time you broke me, and every time I wanted to I'm a warrior inside who refuses to submit. Yeah, the demons bow down. You bow down. I'm still standing. And the demons bow down. I'm still here, still rising stronger now. Forgive, forgive. I sit down at this old upright when the weight gets too damn much. Fingers on these yellow keys, trying not to lose my touch. Every note I play sounds broken, cracked just like my soul. But somehow in the music I start feeling almost whole. I've carried guilt for years, like a cross I couldn't lay down. But these black and white reminders start to turn my life around. Piano keys, forgive me when I can't forgive myself. They speak in major minors, ring like mercy on a shelf. Through the shame and the silence, through the nights I've been condemned, these piano keys keep telling me I can still start again. Yeah, piano keys, forgive. They forgive. I've made mistakes that haunt me, left scars I can't erase, hurt the ones who love me, turned my life into a waste. But when I press these ivories and let the sorrow bleed, the melody starts healing what the whiskey couldn't free. No preacher and no sermon ever reached me half as deep as the way these keys keep calling me back from the edge of defeat. Piano keys, forgive me when I can't forgive myself. They speak in major minors, ring like mercy on a shelf. Through the shame and the silence, through the nights I've been condemned, these piano keys keep telling me I can still start again. Yeah, piano keys, forgive. They forgive. I don't need words of comfort, I just need these keys tonight. Let them wash away the darkness, let them make the wrong feel right. Forgive me, forgive me. Piano keys, forgive me, and maybe I can too. Turn these broken chords of living into something strong and true. kept playing softly, reminding me to try again. Yeah, piano keys forgive. Thank God these piano keys forgive. Piano keys forgive. And so I'm learning to forgive. Still rise.